Where's my chat? Do I have my chat up? No, I gotta hide my chat too. I ain't gonna have this nonsense.
Oh my gosh. Are you even live?
Yeah, we're
Let's see.
live. What's up? I
We
can hear
are.
myself. Where am I
Okay,
hearing
cool.
myself?
Good question.
Testing.
This was live.
Testing.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
We good? Oh, let me ping the Discord. You guys take care of it. I'm gonna be busy in the
Put
background.
it on Twitter so I can boost it. Signal boosting.
Okay, let me do that too.
This is awesome. All right.
We're starting. Here we go. You guys got team sheets and all? Testing. Yeah, we're live, bro. Let me give me a sec while I make the YouTube thumbnail, boys. Take care of business.
All right. Hi, Tom. I love you. CM, what's up?
Ads now? Yeah. Oh, Tom, what a goat. For real.
Bro had Photoshop up on the screen. That's crazy.
Bro, I'm making this thumbnail.
So unprofessional.
All right, let me make sure we hear music. Oh, man, music's perfect. All right, we have preview. Let's go.
Bro has
in the
one
commentator
monitor.
seat chat, absolutely. And ladies and gentlemen, my name is Big Slim, one of the best commentators you will ever hear on the mic. And of course, I'm joined with my dynamic duo partner, Mr. Eric B.
Yo.
That was a terrible introduction by him. But either way, we're getting into this game. We do have Melody, because I was pronouncing it incorrectly, apparently behind the stage. You know, I said Melody. It's Meldy versus, I don't know how to say that dude's name, but there is a Sneasler, which I don't understand what it does because I think it's trash.
Well,
Oh!
We're off to a great start. So Sneasler has a very particular niche in here, this game of VGC. So it does have the Unburden ability. And of course, that's going to be activated by proccing the Psychic Seed, which is of course going to be triggered by the Indeedee Psychic Terrain. You know, this on the surface, it does look like a pretty standard spam comp, but you know, the Ogerpon choice here is the Ogerpon Teal Mask. Nino, what are these pop-ups that are on the screen?
Just focus!
Anyways.
I think one of the best things about the team, despite the kind of like interesting mode of the side spam and of course the Sneasler, is the Double Genie. Double Genie has been proven to be very strong. Of course, if you get up the Rain, you get up Tailwind, you don't miss Bleak Winds, you don't miss Sand Searing Storms, and Life Orb Sheer Force Lando Eye has just proven to be one of the most dominant Pokemon we've seen in this meta so far. It just can do a lot. And of course, with the Terra Sludge Bomb, you can potentially pick up the Ogerpon Grasses, you can pick up the Ogerpons before they Terra. You can just do a lot of, it gives you a lot of versatility when it comes to offense here. So as we get into these leads, it's going to be pretty interesting to see what the initial reaction to the potential Tailwind with Genie is going to go like, or with the side spam mode.
Yeah, so if you guys are going to be a little bit confused why they're immediately going to back out here is because I believe Meldy's opponent did forget to put an item on their Ogerpon. So we're going to, these leads are not going to be the actual leads that we're going to be seeing. Or, you know, they could be. You know, they could be pulling a fast one on us. But, yeah, we'll be getting into the actual game fairly shortly here. But, yeah, it's a different take on the Psy Spam sort of team archetype. I mean, yeah, like Landorus, you said, like, is a very strong Pokemon with that Sheer Force Life Orb combo, and also, you know, with the support form Tornadus, you do get the speed control, but also the ability to set Rain Dance, so you can start freely spamming Sandsear Storm without having to worry about accuracy. Speaking about this Ogerpon is in the Teal Mask form, so it will be having that Defiant ability. Not really going to come into play this game because there are no Intimidate procs on the opposing side of the field. But, you know, Fluttermane does have Icy Wind. Moonblast even can drop stat. So
yeah, Bleak Wind can drop, you know, stuff like that.
Raging Bolt has Electro Web. So there's a lot of other ways that Defiant ability can proc. And, yeah, once Ogerpon, if it's not being a detriment to its attack, so that means it's going to have 2 stages of boosted attack right off the bat. And then, of course, Ogerpon can offset any speed drops potentially by terastallizing itself, by giving it that speed boost because of the Embody Aspect boost. But I guess we can also talk a little bit about Meldy's team. Meldy, this is a very interesting team. It's like balance. It's also a little bit offensive, but it also, you know, has a bit of a sun aspect to it. Definitely taking advantage of the Photosynthesis mons with Fluttermane and Raging Bolt, and then also the Hearthflame Ogerpon, which obviously does a ton of damage on its own, but also having the Sun boost on top of that can make Ivy Cudgel just be an absolute nuke into anything. And looking at Kwani's team, they have absolutely 0 fire resist. So I imagine Ogerpon Hearthflame is going to have a very, very nice time here. Also, a big Pokemon in this matchup going to be the Urshifu Single Strike. Obviously, a very, very good Pokemon to have in a size spam. Immune to Expanding Force, does big damage to Iron Crown, can knock out Indeedee. It does have to be a little bit careful around Sneasler because it's going to be able to outspeed it and also, just be able to KO it with Acrobatics, Close Combat, take your pick.
Yeah.
And Landorus on Melody's side too, just kind of doing the same thing. A little bit more of the standard type of Landorus set, Substitute, Earth Power, Sludge Bomb, a little bit more reserved, rocking the Steel Terra. And one thing I didn't notice about Kwani's Landorus is they're actually Terra Ground, so that'll be a potential tool that they can use to potentially increase Landorus's damage output even further.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, speaking of Melody's team, like the only things we do see speed control wise is of course Icy Wind. You do have Electro Web, but my biggest thing is going into the matchup, like you have immediate control just because of Tailwind. So that's going to cause a huge problem. And like you can easily just get off of one turn, just like, okay, you know what? Torn doesn't mean that much to me as long as I get up Tailwind. So if they lead Double Genie, just as we saw, you could protect Tailwind, and then next turn, I don't know how you really get out of that because you Rain Dance, you Terra Ground, and you Sandstorm Storm. I don't know if there's anything on Melody's side that can take that. I don't think there is. So what's stopping that same lead from coming out and absolutely annihilating for the next 3 turns of Tailwind? That's what I see to be the problem here, just looking at the team.
Yeah, the Double Genie duo is going to be, now that you mention it, a little bit problematic for Melody here because, like you said, it has the opportunity to reverse the weather here, like just completely get rid of Torkoal's Sun, and also set up the Sandsear Storm for Landorus to just kind of click through. And the only real resist you have is your own Landorus being immune to it, but like Landorus on Landorus is usually not in a spot you want to be in, especially when the other Landorus is threatening so much damage into your side. So, it's going to be all about, I don't know, it's going to be tough because especially this Tornadus has Focus Sash, so it's going to be a little bit stickier and harder to remove.
Yeah.
So I think like with a team so offensive as Melody's, that like stalling out these Tailwind turns is going to be a little bit problematic, and also like finding a way to dance around Landorus's damage. But there are ways you can do it. I mean, you obviously can't be too reckless with Landorus because obviously you have powerful special attackers like Fluttermane. You have Urshifu that has Focus Sash, so it can take a hit and potentially deal back some very nice damage with Wicked Blow and do put Landorus in range of potential priority. Unfortunately Landorus with the Ground Terra, if you are able to force the Terastallization out of it, will not make itself able to be hit by Thunderclap, so it kind of makes Raging Bolt a little less viable in this matchup, though I do often like Raging Bolt into these size spam matchups just because you have Snarl, and also just the Assault Vest is really nice for being able to take Expanding Forces and stuff like that. I'm very curious if Sneasler has a place in this matchup because I think it honestly has a very, very good time in this matchup, just being able to outspeed things like Fluttermane, getting like Terra Flying Acrobatics on stuff like Ogerpon or Urshifu. So I feel like Sneasler is a Pokemon that could very also nicely be leveraged in this matchup here. But now we're finally getting into it. Let's see what leads we got coming out for real this time.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to this. So it's going to be a pretty interesting matchup. I mean, we do see from Melody's side a little bit of a difference here because prior to the disconnection, having to add items, completely actually different leads here from both players. So we do have Torn that's still coming out here with the Tailwind active. Landorus is here. We do have Quark Drive activating on Iron Crown, and this is going to be pretty interesting because Iron Crown does not like to see Urshifu. And honestly, nothing really likes to see Urshifu single strike. So honestly, you have a pretty good lead here where you can just, I can hit into anything. I mean, unless you want to just potentially take a double up here, you're going to want to get your Tailwind up. So this is honestly a really good lead for Melody here. What do you think will happen into this turn?
Yeah, I like Urshifu's spot in this situation because if you're Kwani, you kind of have to make a decision of whether or not you value HP on Iron Crown, or you have to also consider like, he could Sucker Punch me, he could also just click Wicked Blow right off the bat, and like you don't really have a great switch into Wicked Blow, but Urshifu actually going to be the one to switch out here. Yeah,
we do see Raging Bolt take the field, and honestly not a bad swap in here, especially because you are that Assault Vest, so you'll be able to kind of you won't take as much damage as you do see the terrestrialization here, and it's going to be a Terra Water. So honestly, makes sense. You don't want to have to take super effective damage here. Water is a great defensive typing. You still have a great amount of special attack. I do see the Tailwind come up, but no matter what comes out here, you should be able to take this pretty easily. Oh, absolutely, marvelously. So great switch in there. Now Landorus Eye is free to potentially get off some free damage here. That was a critical hit, but still doesn't matter. Able to tank that very, very nicely because of that Assault Vest. You do see the Earth Power go into the Iron Crown, still doing an absolute megaton of damage. I was not expecting that much, but then again, this is Life Orb sheer force Landorus Eye we're talking about here.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of concerned about on Kiwani's end, is that with an Iron Crown lead into 2 Pokemon like Lando Eye and Urshifu, you do kind of have to use your Terrestrialization if you want to stick around. And obviously Tornadus here is either going to want to set up Tailwind or potentially switch out into Indeedee to get the Psychic Terrain up here. But I really like that switch from Meldy, not only being able to take the Tachyon Cutter, but now you've baited out the Terra Water, and so now Iron Crown, nothing else on Kiwani's team can Terrestrialize, but you also now have the weakness to Raging Bolt and now in Thunderclap range, so it's very, very nice spot for Meldy here. And also might even be in Snarl range at this point, so it just makes Snarl a much more spammable move. And Iron Crown, realizing how vulnerable it is going to be switching out here for the Landorus Incarnate on Kiwani's side.
Yeah, we do see a lot of moving parts here as a Terra is going to come out. It is the Terra Steel, which now is going to make this a lot more interesting because you are weak to the opposing Lando Eye, and Electro Web was the move of choice here by the Raging Bolt, and a Protect, very good Protect here from Torn, just opting to like, you know what, I don't want to lose anything here because I could potentially set up a Rain Dance. This is actually a really tough spot to be in, having to blow that Terra early, and now you can get hit by a super effective Sandsear Storm in the rain is going to get set up next turn. Melody's kind of in a tough spot, and you're going to need to finesse a way out of this or else it's kind of over.
Yeah, so it's almost like we've sort of had a complete 180 of the momentum here. Is that like, you've had the early Terra forced out from Kiwani's side, but now they've managed to get the double Genies in a perfect position because now Tornadus is still at full health. It still has its Focus Sash intact, still has the ability to now use Rain Dance to make Sandsear Storm 100% accurate. And now that Meldy has Terrestrialized the Landorus, it's now weak to Sandsear Storm. So now you have 2 Pokemon on the field and you have 2 Pokemon in the back that are not going to like to switch into Sandsear Storm. So, yeah, I mean, now that you have Tailwind up, Meldy is in a very, very tough position now because Landorus is in a prime spot to start clicking buttons. And now, recognizing how important Raging Bolt will probably be for the rest of this game, Meldy gonna have to probably make a sacrifice here, and it looks like Ogerpon is on the chopping block.
Yeah, absolutely. I wasn't going to say anything because there's a stupid car in my background going off, but it just went off, luckily in time for a huge Sandsear Storm. Landorus, of course, taking super effective damage, just goes down. A crit, but I honestly don't think it matters because you are the Terra Steel, so I don't think it would have made any difference there. Ogerpon having to take almost 90% of its HP to come in, and now you just kind of spam Bleak Wind and you Sandsear Storm, and I don't know how much longer you can really withstand this because guess what? If Tailwind ends, we can set it right back up. And with that staggered Rain Dance, the rain's not going to end for a while.
Yeah, and these Pokemon are just like naturally faster than anything that Meldy has left. So even when Tailwind expires, like the same threat is still going to be on the field. And now Urshifu's Focus Sash is going to matter even less now because you do have the ability to just 2-tap it with 100% accurate Bleak Wind Storm, 100% accurate Sandsear Storm. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a very stormy, dark and stormy night for Meldy here. And we kind of were talking about this in team preview. Like once this combination gets set up in its full power, like which it is right now, Tailwind up, Rain Dance up, like the Genies could just start clicking their favorite moves, and both of these Pokemon really can't do anything about it. Like Urshifu can try to Sucker Punch or something to try to get some last-ditch damage off, but even a critical hit, I think at this point, is not even going to be enough to do anything, as a double detect, probably just trying to stall out these Tailwind turns, comes out.
Yeah, absolutely. And you did point out that either the natural speed already is like paying a good homage here, because even after the Tailwinds are over, you're just not really having that speed advantage, unlike when Flutter Mane was the potential to come in on that first turn when they had to, of course, disconnect and add the item to the Ogerpon. So now you're just going to get outpaced. You're getting outrun. Rain's still up. Like, it doesn't even matter what truly happens here. You're going to have to take so much damage. Urshifu, sure, you can take one hit, but there's still Mons in the back. There's an Iron Crown. There's probably an Indeedee there. So you're really in a tough spot where it's like, how do you mitigate damage here? And I don't really think you can, because this is a dangerous combination.
Yeah, I mean, I guess this is a good opportunity for Melody to find out how fast a Tornadus is, like if it does decide to go on the offensive. But no, I'm just trying to go ahead and set up Tailwind here. I mean, it has Focus Sash, so it's pretty safe to do whatever it wants. As predicted, the Sandsear Storm, good info for Melody to see that the Landorus is indeed faster than the Urshifu, and also the. Oh wait, but it's under Tailwind, so of course it would be. But anyway, yeah, the Sandsear Storm picking up the knockout on Ogerpon and then getting Urshifu. Just basically in range to be picked up by another attack. Like Landorus doesn't even have to go on the offensive here. It could just go for Protect as Tornadus picks up the last tick of damage on Urshifu. Raging Bolt does come out, but I mean at this point, like it's got a pretty tall task ahead of it to handle 4 whole Pokemon by itself.
Absolutely. No matter how long that neck is, this is way too out of reach for that. So we do see the Torn switch out, which probably could be and there it is. The one mon that really kind of like, yeah, we're probably going to just see. I mean, if you get this turn right, you potentially go for a Wicked Blow and maybe there's a Protect. Like, you need a lot to happen. But unfortunately, Sucker Punch does fail. So Thunderclap does fail as well. So not able to get much there as we see this turn come out. And the Sandsear Storm, and ladies and gentlemen, that's just game.
Yeah, I will say this, that play potentially could have been a little catastrophic if he had Sucker Punched the Landorus, because Landorus is not affected by Psychic Terrain because it's flying. So a little bit of a, I mean, I guess it was he got the read right. Like, I guess the idea was that, okay, like, Landorus could Protect here, and then Tornadus can just easily fire off its last, Bleak Wind Storm to get rid of the Urshifu, but, like, there's a chance that Landorus could have gotten Sucker Punch there, but good play there from Kawani to call out Meldy's decision. Kind of like a forcing play there, but yeah, I mean, just basically a solid end game regardless. Really utilizing the full power of what these 2 Pokemon were able to do for Meldy, do to Meldy rather. But if you're Meldy, like, you kind of want to go back to you really have to go back to the drawing board here and try to figure out how you can slow down the damage output, because it's not the Iron Crown or the Indeedee that you have to worry about, it's the Landorus.
Like it's just literally, no matter how much you look at these team sheets, there's just 2 mons that really just kind of dismantle Melody's team here, and it's the combination, of course, of Lando and Torn. These 2, ever since they've been introduced, have been a menace, and pretty much every team building, as soon as you start, okay, either A, I have it, or B, how do I beat it? And now this is one of those things where it's like, okay, no matter what you do, because I don't have the Tailwind, it's really going to be very difficult. I think Flutter has to come, and I don't think it's bad to lead Flutter and Ogerpon just so you can just potentially get some kind of speed control. The one thing I'm not sure about bringing, though, is Raging Bolt. No matter how good Raging Bolt is here, it just can't do enough. It can't hit certain things with Electro Web, which is the Lando, and of course, it's just an easy target, and it doesn't do enough for taking up its slot. So I do think that probably needs to be switched out. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's tough here, right? Because, like, Raging Bolt is normally a very, very good mon into the Saiyan matchup, just because you do have the Assault Vest for the extra special bulk. You do have Snarl as an option to mitigate some special damage. It does kind of get stunted when there is a Landorus, but, like, usually what I found out is that Landorus teams usually have Landorus, and then they have not a whole lot else that can really threaten Raging Bolt, and the same is kind of the same here. But I mean, I think one thing I noticed from Meldy's end is that Meldy did not Terrastalize that entire game, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, they Terra the Landorus, but that like the Terra on the Landorus obviously being
unfortunately, I think that was a little premature because it made you even weaker to the opposing Landorus.
Yeah, like I think if you could Terrastalize the Raging Bolt to take away another ground weakness and then potentially keep Landorus's ability to fly on the board, then you do have some pivoting potential around the Sandsear Storm. But I mean, I think the big thing here is that, like, you kind of have to, like, dealing with Tornadus is going to be a bit problematic because it has the Focus Sash, and then you have Psychic Terrain to deal with in the back. But the good news is that you kind of need, like, the Iron Crown needs a turn, like an extra turn of setup. Like, you either have to have Tailwind or you either have to have Psychic Terrain. So you kind of have to pick and choose if you're Kawani. So, I mean, you can take advantage of that if you're Meldy. You can kind of take advantage of the fact that, okay, that they're going to have to pivot their pieces around to get their pieces properly set up. Yeah. So you can definitely try to make some moves around that. But I think the biggest thing is trying to make sure you have some ways to pivot around Sandseer Storm and just make sure that Tornadus and Landorus just don't have free reign to do what they did last game and just click their broken spread moves.
Absolutely. So just waiting to see what these leads end up being like, and just really, this is one of those teams, this is one of those matchups where you have to get every single turn correctly if you're Melody, just because you have just the matchup is so heavily in favor on the other side, just because the double genie, like as soon as they get into a position where they outpace you, then okay, Rain Dance goes up, and we didn't even get to see the Sneasler, because I've seen teams like this where normally they do a lot of damage early, and then Sneasler comes in at the end and outpaces everything and just hits Dire Claw and things, and you're just like, oh, okay, I have nothing to outspeed this. But well, maybe we'll see it this game. Maybe we'll see a little bit more pressure, because sometimes when you are ahead of game, you kind of tend to let me step on the gas a little bit and see. But we never know until these leads come out, which we're going to see in just a second here. So wondering, the worst case scenario, it's just double genie, right?
Straight off the bat, I mean, it's definitely an option that you could go for. I mean, it was kind of a dicey position in the early game because, like, the forced turn 1 Terra was definitely not a position you wanted to be in if you were Kwani. But, like, I mean, we kind of saw it when we were talking about team previews. Like, if Landorus gets set up, even no matter in what state that it's in, it can just kind of do its thing. But, I mean, I was talking about how I think Sneasler could be a very fine Pokemon in this matchup. And I know you were also talking about how much Fluttermane could be useful in this matchup. I also think Fluttermane is definitely worth considering in this matchup, just because you have the Icy Wind option and Landorus can't defensively Terra out of it by looking at the team sheet. But I think Meldy has opted to leave Fluttermane on the bench and instead has decided to lead the Ogerpon Hearthflame along with the Urshifu into Kwani's Tornadus and Iron Crown. So, I mean, we're kind of in a similar position here, right? Where you have Iron Crown that's being undersped, or it's slower than both Pokemon on Melody's side, and Melody has two offensive, two very super effective options to click into that Iron Crown. So it's immediately threatened. So it's kind of a similar awkward turn 1 situation here, but like, I think the idea is that, like, you if you do target down the Tornadus, like, the Tailwind is still going up regardless. So I mean, like, it's not even that bad if you just give up your turn 1, because if Tornadus goes down and Iron Crown is here to stay, then, like, you have free Tailwind. You have either the option if you want to bring in Indeedee, or if you want to bring in your Landorus.
So surprised. Yeah, once again, we're just seeing again the defensive Terra of Terra Water on the Iron Crown. I'm really kind of surprised. I don't know what you really get out of this. I mean, you potentially live one hit, but is it really worth it? As you do see the Tailwind come out, so not opting to try to stagger it at all, just going for as much damage as possible. And we do see the Terra Water Terra Blast here. I don't think this picks up, but does a good amount, over half. And you do get a nice Wicked Blow here right into the Tornado. So opting to see if you can potentially take out this Torn, which does cause a lot of problems if that Rain Dance goes up. And, of course, those Bleak Winds. So trying to see if maybe you can, if I get rid of the Tailwinder, I think I have enough where I can stall, swap some here and there. And it may work, but right now, I mean, you get one more Follow Me. If the Bleak Wind hits, it won't matter. Urshifu has to potentially take a lot of damage here. There's a lot of moving parts into this strategy for Melody. I don't know if it's going to work out, but I mean, off to a good start. At least you won the damage trade there.
Yeah, I mean, I think the awkward part about this turn is that both sides both have Pokemon that are low on HP, and both have Pokemon that can easily pick up knockouts on each other. So I think it's all about picking the right slots here. You have to evaluate which side, evaluate what their biggest threat is, and then maneuver your pieces around accordingly. As Tornadus, I expected this is potentially a play that they could go for, switching out into the Indeedee to stop any potential Sucker Punch shenanigans. And also to give Iron Crown the Psychic Terrain if it decided it wants to go for Expanding Force at some time in the near future, as Ogerpon is going to click Follow Me again.
Oh, and we do see a Sucker Punch come out trying to see if he can potentially pick up the Bleak Wind. And we do absolutely just no fear, just going for damage. I really thought Melody's End, you potentially just try to you can bait more here. I thought maybe a Spiky Shield and another Wicked Blow into any one of these targets would have been pretty good, because you're just trying to hold on. You're trying to, like, waste as many turns as possible and not lose Mons. So losing Ogerpon, I think there, it puts you in a tough situation, because now you have to bring out another Mon as Raging Bolt does hit the field. But Raging Bolt is good versus these two. So this is actually a really, really good spot, because let's say it is Lando Eye in the back. You potentially can just start spamming Snarl here pretty freely, and your Focus Sash is still intact. So this actually may play a good thing into his favor.
Yeah, it's not a bad spot if you're Meldy for sure, because you do have Indeedee, which is weak to Urshifu, and then you have the Terastallized Iron Crown, which is now weak to the Raging Bolt. Obviously, Landorus can switch in here, but it kind of has to pick its slot very, very carefully, and you don't really have a lot in the back if you're Kiwani that wants to take Wicked Blow. So you're kind of in a repositioning turn, even though you just spent all the time setting up your Tailwinds and maneuvering your pieces around. Like, you're kind of in an awkward position now where, like, yeah, you have your Psy Spam set up now, but you don't really have the leeway to click the Wicked, or click the Expanding Force and kind of just go Psychic Terrain mode the whole rest of the game. As we're going to see the Landorus switch in for the Iron Crown slot as Urshifu detects, and it looks like we're probably going to get a nothing turn as well. Actually, no, the Raging Bolt clicks Snarl here, so Landorus is going to come in and it's going to pay for coming in here and being swapped in. As that actually does a lot of damage to Landorus. It actually is a critical hit, so even some extra damage to boot on top. So Landorus definitely not coming in for free. This is looking not as bad as the first game for sure.
Yeah, I think the one difference is that Melody finally got Raging Bolt into a position where it can do what it's supposed to do. Sit here, mitigate damage. Because most of the attackers on the opposite side are special attackers. So if you can kind of just sit in front of them and just chill, then you're kind of good. You can waste as many turns. Torn can't switch in, or is it going to go down? Indeedee doesn't do damage. Iron Crown really wasn't in a spot where it could do too much versus the Assault Vest. Lando does a lot of damage, but guess what? Not only did I catch you with a Snarl, I can Terra and then keep snarling, and eventually you're just doing no damage. And as long as I keep this up, then a Raging Bolt kind of can win here. So this is going to be pretty interesting. If we do see the Terra come out, this should be the Terra Fairy, and you just kind of continue to click moves here. You click Snarl, you click Wicked Blow, and then I think with that alone, I think Melody potentially can get out of the situation, which did look pretty grim those first two turns.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of what I was talking about in team previews, that if you can find a way to get a better Terra on the board here, i.e. Terastallizing the Raging Bolt to now remove another Sandseer Storm weakness, you are in a position now where Raging Bolt can kind of just click Snarl, it can click its electric type moves into the Water Terramon as Wicked Blow, just easily going to get rid of Indeedee. And now you have, I mean, like, what Pokemon do you even want to bring here if you're Kiwani? You have a Tornadus. Yeah, you have a Tornadus at like barely any HP left, and then you have the Terra Water on the Iron Crown, which is, you know, can't even really comfortably click Expanding Force, because you're not really going to be doing that much damage to an Assault Vest Raging Bolt, and you're going to be doing no damage to a Dark type Urshifu. And now you also have your Landorus at -1, so it's not going to be doing that much damage with Sandseer Storm. So Meldy finding a way to turn this around and has actually put himself in a very, very good position to take this game too. Of course, it's not over yet, but Kiwani's going to have to do a lot of work to position themselves out of this mess.
Yeah, a lot of heavy lifting here, which when you have all special attackers versus something that can just click Snarl in front of you, there's not much really you can do. And Urshifu, of course, does what Urshifu does. We are just going to click Sucker. We're going to click Wicked Blow. I mean, every once in a while we click Close Combat, but perfect positioning to just continuing to spam damage. And now, I mean, honestly, like, looking into like game 3, that's where I'm at now. Because as long as nothing goes awry here, I do think Raging Bolt just kind of shuts this down. We do see the Beak Wind come out. Will it land? Let's see. And of course, there's probably going to be maybe an Earth Power or even a Sludge Bomb here, but there's just not enough damage on the board right now. Sludge Bomb comes out. How much does this do? That's a decent bid. We do see another Snarl come out, and once again, Landorus now -2. Tornadus has gone down. Now we're pretty much into game 3 territory. So the question is, now that Meldy has shown this kind of nice lead with leading Ogre and a damage dealer and then swapping in, where do you think this kind of goes? Because right now Urshifu's still in a really good spot.
Yeah, I mean, the Sash being broken isn't even that big of a deal at all. Like, now you have Raging Bolt, which, you know, at -2, Landorus is not doing any damage to. So, I mean, like, I kind of like that play from Meldy there, because it does punish a potential passive option coming out from Tornadus. Like, if it decided it wanted to go for, like, Tailwind or Rain Dance or whatever. But, I mean, if it went for the attack, you could have also just gone for Thunderclap and Wicked Blow and just gotten 2 KOs. But this is another nice positioning play that Meldy has. But yeah, like with Tornadus being out of the picture now, Landorus at -2 special attack, and now Iron Crown just kind of sitting here like, okay, well, my Psychic Terrain is going to be going away fairly soon, and now like my partner isn't even doing that much damage here. Yeah, it's looking pretty tough to try to get out of this game. But for next game, I mean, I think the idea is that like you kind of want to maybe not lean so much into Iron Crown in the early game, because you just, you know, Urshifu obviously is a huge
Iron Crown
piece.
has done too much in this matchup where it's like
No.
so warranted to bring, like, and even that Tachyon Cutter doesn't even pick up. So I'm just this kind of, you know, infatuation with bringing it and tearing turn one. I'm just not sure what you're really getting out of it here. Like, it can do damage, but a lot of times you have to reposition because it's in a bad spot and you're not going to get maximum output out of your booster. So I kind of think if you're ever going to use Iron Crown, it definitely has to be more of like a either early, I'm going to spam follow me and I'm going to click expanding force, or late game once you've done enough chip and put things like Urshifu away, so that way you don't have to focus on it. You can just spam moves with Indeedee. But this turn one Terra thing, I don't think it's working out. The strategy was cool, but unfortunately, it doesn't really get you much, even when the Terra Blast and Torkoal, of course, just kind of here.
Yeah, I think, yeah, Torkoal finally making an appearance here, going to be using the Helping Hand. I'm actually curious how much this Sucker Punch is going to do. This Iron Crown is at full health. The Sucker Punch, okay, that's a good enough damage for Helping Hand boost there. Going for Terra Blast now in the Sun into the Torkoal. This will still do a lot of damage, but that Sun definitely going to allow Torkoal to live this. And yeah, Iron Crown not really going to be doing this 1v3. It looks like Melody is going to take this second game here. But I think the idea, like you were saying in this game 3, is, you know, maybe to try to not lean on the Iron Crown mode as much, because obviously Iron Crown hasn't been doing a whole lot in these two games because of the presence of Urshifu. I think honestly you just have to, like, if you're Kwani, I think the best play here, or the best decision here, is to try to lean more into the Landorus mode and try to support that as best you can. Yeah. And I think the best way to do that is to kind of put Raging Bolt in an awkward position and maybe force the Terra out of it, and then make sure you're kind of having something next to it that can either pressure down damage on it, so you could put it in range of, you know, because a full powered non-snarled Sludge Bomb would have done so much damage to Raging Bolt. Like, it's almost a KO at that point. So if you're able to get that small little chip, like, Landorus has the ability to KO Raging Bolt with chip damage on it on either type that it becomes, either fairy or ground. Yeah. So like it has the ability to get KOs either way. So if you can pressure Raging Bolt and maybe try to get some damage down on it early, then you can get it out of the way so it doesn't have the ability to spam Snarl and do the rest of your team, and you can kind of enable your Landorus mode and, you know, try to set that up as best as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. So going into this game 3, hold on, just had to adjust myself. I wanted to bring up my team sheet and I just hit my knee on my table. Oh my gosh. So now that we've kind of went into the whole Iron Crown's not really great mode, just looking at what we have on the board, do you think Ogerpon, Ogerpon doesn't really do too much, right? But it does give you something that can U-turn. It does have Stomping Tantrum, it does have Player Up. You have, and it's Choice Bandit. So to be honest, this isn't it's not bad to bring with Tornadus and just do a ton of damage, have Landorus in the back, and potentially, you know, Sneasler, I guess. You know, you find a way to kind of like thread that in there. I do think Ogerpon with a Choice Band is not a bad option here. You just do a lot of physical damage because you were getting beat because you had all special mons and Snarl just kind of took you out. So imagine if you just like, oh, I'm gonna just swap into a Snarl, and then you just start, okay, Ivy cudgeling everything. I think that's not a bad mode here, no? Oh, I'm almost there. He's gone.
Bro's got me on the screen. I wasn't even paying attention.
Hey man, who's commentating this game, man? Hey, go ahead. Go back on mute. Go ahead and go back on mute. Yeah, go ahead and go back on mute.
All right, my bad.
I'm working here. Anyways, as I was saying, sorry, I was muted for a second there, but
yeah, I was trying to figure out where you went, bro.
Yeah, potentially the Ogerpon does have a place here. I mean, like, again, it's another Pokemon that has to deal with Raging Bolt being on the field as a resist to Ivy Cudgel, and then you also have Torkoal. But yeah, I mean, I think it's one of those Pokemon in a position where, like, if it's under Tailwind and, you know, a lot of its resistances have been removed, like, it's, you know, it has a place. It definitely has a place. I still think Sneasler definitely has a place in this matchup as well, but it remains to be seen. I think if Iron Crown gets left on the bench, I think we will either see Sneasler or Ogerpon. I think it's just a matter of which one of those two Kiwani values most, if they want to go with that game plan or if they want to try to set up Sneasler to try to do some stuff. So I guess we'll have to see what but I think there's definitely going to be an adjustment made, because Iron Crown just wasn't it, and even the first game, which looked pretty dominant, as we are going to see the Sneasler come out here. So the Sneasler and Indeedee, the combination that's going to be rocking the Psychic Seed and the Unburden here. So we're gonna see what Sneasler has in
I'm
store
not gonna
for
lie,
this,
I kind of like this. This works because now it's just like, okay, I have this mode. You're forced to deal with this mode, and you're gonna have to guess what's in the back. Because Sneasler now is gonna outpace everything. Even without Tailwind, you just kind of just do damage. You go for Acrobatics. You can go for Dire Claw. You kind of have the choice. And Melody has to be the one to kind of react here because first you have to get through the Indeedee, which sometimes can be an absolute pain. And now it's like, okay, what if there's Lando in the back? What if Sneasler does enough damage where it forces you to bring out Raging Bolt a little too early, and I bring in Torn, and then of course Lando's in the back? Then this creates a lot of problems here. So waiting to see how this plays out, but I really like the Sneasler mode. Just initially, just like, I'm gonna do as much damage as possible, and I want to see how you deal with it. As you do see the Terra come out, okay, so we're just going full offense. It is the Terra flying, so Unburdened boosted. Acrobatics, we're about to have a lot of damage. We all seen this, of course, on other mons like Roaring Mid, which does pretty good here, but this is a little better just because you don't need to Dragon Dance. You can just go for speed. As we see a nice defensive turn here, opting for the Spike Shield, opting for Detect, just to kind of scout out what's going to happen here. As this next turn, you're going to have to figure it out quick, or else you're going to have to take a lot of damage here. I wouldn't be surprised if Ogerpon goes down to anything here.
Yeah, Ogerpon, either one of these Pokemon in danger of taking a KO here with Acrobatics. Obviously, Urshifu in a little less danger because it has the Focus Sash. But, I mean, I like this play from Melody. Just, a nice defensive turn to scout whether or not Kiwani was going to commit the Terra here. Honestly, if you're Melody, that's pretty good news for you because now Sneasler being a flying type means that it can be Thunderclap. So it kind of incentivizes you to target down the Indeedee so you can't possibly redirect the Thunderclaps away from Sneasler. So I think this is pretty good if you're Melody. You do have the option to just preserve your Ogerpon if you think it's going to be useful in the end of the game, or you can kind of just leave it as a Pokemon that you can just sacrifice here to keep all damage away from your Urshifu. Because if Ogerpon goes down here, then okay, yeah, your Ogerpon goes down, but then you also get rid of Indeedee, and you basically have a free KO on Sneasler whenever you want later in the back with Raging Bolt. So the Acrobatics goes into the Ogerpon. That is a clean one-hit KO. And as we're going to see another clean one-hit KO come out from this Urshifu, as the Wicked Blow is going to wipe this Indeedee off the map. So we're trading KOs in just the second turn of this game 3.
But the one thing is that Rocky Helmet actually pays off huge here. Able to break the sash, which is huge news. That's the biggest. There's the one thing about Indeedee. If it's gonna go down, it's from around the way. Something's coming with me, and that Focus Sash, that's a huge thing to lose there. As now you're gonna get pretty much you're free to you almost have to Thunderclap here, or else you're gonna have to take another Acrobatics. But the question is, if it's like Lando that comes out, then it's gonna get real kind of weird because you're gonna want to Snarl, because then you're gonna have to be like, oh, how do I mitigate the damage? And it is the Landorus that makes an appearance now. Now the mind games are truly going to begin on who can do what, because Lando's in a pretty good spot to potentially click Sand-Searing Storm or just Earth Power, and Urshifu doesn't want to take it. Sure, Raging Bolt can take one, but then what?
Yeah, it's definitely a turn that Melody could definitely catapult himself into the driver's seat if he makes a couple, maybe a read or two in this position, because this is
huge.
Because like I've been saying, Sneasler is now at the mercy of Thunderclap, and obviously you can get around that by switching it out. But what's likely going to be in the back is Tornadus, and Tornadus also doesn't really like taking electric attacks. But also if you're Melody, you can safely Terrastalize the Roaring Moon, and then also, Raging Bolt. Wow, I'm getting my paradoxes mixed up here. But you can safely Terrastalize it to get out of the threat of a ground type attack. But also, you can also just attack into this Landorus if you want to, because it's definitely the Pokemon that's most likely going to be on the offensive. And as anticipated, we're seeing the Terra Fairy come out onto the Raging Bolt here. We're seeing the Terra Fairy come out. Goes for Detect, and let's see what Raging Bolt decides to target.
Yeah, it is the Thunderclap, absolutely taking care of Sneasler. So opting to not even get defensive there. Crit, honestly, doesn't matter. Would have went down anyway. But I'm kind of surprised. I thought that was a pretty good turn to potentially like, okay, Melody played very defensive turn 1, so what if I do the same thing? But making a good read there and doing a significant amount of damage to that Raging Bolt with Sludge Bomb there. And now, even though you did lose Sneasler, you did put on some pressure, here it's the Iron Crown that's actually the one. I'm very surprised. The double genie mode has been doing so well into Melody's team. I'm really kind of flabbergasted that it's Iron Crown in the bag.
This is actually pretty good for Kiwani, I think, because now with Psychic Terrain up, Iron Crown is immune to both types of priority, and now we've already confirmed that Landorus is the fastest Pokemon on the field here, so Landorus can easily just click Earth Power into Urshifu, and Iron Crown can just pick up Raging Bolt with Tachyon Cutter now that it's terrestrialized. So now Kiwani, even with the Pokemon disadvantage here, might actually be in the driver's seat to win this battle here. Melody does still have Torkoal in the back, so he still has an option to pivot his pieces around a little bit here. So I mean, it's not over, but
the biggest question is how many turns of Psychic Terrain are left. If I'm not mistaken, there should be
There
should be 2 turns left. Sludge Bomb does go into the Urshifu. Urshifu lives.
Sludge Bomb?
Tachyon Cutter. And even though Iron Crown goes down, the fact that Urshifu lives is a huge thing. If this is a wicked blow into that slot, it's going to be massive because potentially if Torkoal can do what Torkoal does, then you're kind of in a good spot. Sucker Punch, it isn't Ranger Sucker Punch. But the thing is, all you have to do now, if you can make sure Psychic Terrain is gone, I mean, you can potentially go for Overheat right into the Iron Crown, and you go for Sucker Punch, and you're kind of gaming.
Yeah, so there's a lot to unpack on that turn. First of all, the Sludge Bomb went into the Urshifu as opposed to Earth Power. So Urshifu manages to miraculously survive that turn, and I think if the Wicked Blow went into the Iron Crown, Melody was going to win this game. Now, with the current circumstances, I mean, there is still an out here, which involves calling a Protect on the Landorus in anticipation of Sucker Punch coming out here.
This is gonna be weird.
But, like, also, if you're Kiwani, you could also, anticipating that, you could just, click Expanding Force to get rid of Torkoal, anticipating a defensive play from the Urshifu. So
it is the Detect. Okay,
yep,
this is going to be huge.
There is an out for either side here.
Oh, it's a double. So we just Protect, Detect. Just a and this is exactly how Melody started the match, just in this game 3.
Oh,
just
the
double
Landorus
Protect,
attacks.
Scouting. Oh, this is huge. Because Psychic Terrain should end this turn. This gets really interesting now. Tachyon Cutter, of course, did go into the Urshifu slot as well. Would have picked up regardless as long as it hit. And now that the Psychic Terrain is gone, this is it's kind of interesting. You don't have that boost, so Torkoal should be able to take any one attack from Iron Crown, and now it's just a game of like, do I sucker? Like what do you do here?
I'm trying to think, because obviously the biggest target here is Landorus being able to just click Sandsear Storm, but also is one thing to consider is that Sandsear Storm can miss now that there's no rain on the field.
Yeah.
But the double Protect being baited out from Melody's side is huge, because now Kiwani has the sort of the upper hand in the Protect mind game, because now even though both Pokemon are able to be Sucker Punched here, now Kiwani has all the power in the world to just try to play this Protect mind game out. So we're gonna see the helping hand come out from Torkoal as the Sucker Punch. Gets the Landorus Protect as the Sucker Punch is gonna go into the Iron Crown. That means Melody got the read right at the Sucker Punch and KO the Iron Crown.
Wow, that is a call and a half to make. You need, because especially how the last turn played out, where actually Landorus went for the attack. So to be able to just be like, you know what, if I get this right, I just win. It takes a massive amount of just, you're putting everything on the line, gets the call right, picks up the Iron Crown, and now it's a 2v1. As strong as Lando Eye is, you're not going to be able to take a helping hand Sucker Punch.
Yeah, obviously Landorus was the biggest threat there, being the only one with a spread type attack, so yeah, Melody just getting the read right and able to get rid of the Iron Crown, and now we just have
hold on. Eventually
there's actually so
there's no way around this.
Landorus is pinned. It's
because
pinned.
there was no way around it.
It's basically pinned.
Yeah. GG's Melody from half court wins the game, essentially. Just kind of like
half court, indeed.
Yeah, just like a couple seconds down to go, and just honestly just makes the call and finds the open inbound pass and sinks it in just absolutely marvelous fashion. Because, I mean, I think a lot of people just thought, there's no way, and then out of nowhere, just a perfect read. Just, you know what? If I get this right, I win. Gets it, and that's it, ladies and gentlemen. What a way to start off the tournament.
Yeah, a very exciting game 3 to start us off here. You know, after the double protect turn, I was kind of thinking that it was over for Meldy, because I think it just felt like Kwani had all the power in their hands to just decide whether, to play, just had total like ability to dictate the sucker punch versus protect mind game. And Meldy just calls it out and just sucker punches into the right slot, calls the Landorus protect, and is able to just win the game straight off of that. So I mean, that was quite the read to end the game there. And we were just talking about how like how slanted this matchup was in Meldy's favor.
It was not at all.
Like I was saying that there are ways to mitigate this sort of matchup, and Meldy found the outs, and it really takes the talented player to look a bad matchup in the face and be like, you know what, I have outs and I can win, and it's going to come down to the very last turn, but even until the very end I have outs. And Meldy played to his outs, and look at that, ended up taking the dub.
Absolutely. And
that was a really
honestly,
fun match to watch.
That was crazy.
One turn it took. If it was Earth Power instead of Sludge Bomb, that makes all the difference.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I was like, I think you Earth Power there.
Yeah,
sure.
You always go for the stab move. It gives you more power. So not being able to get that little
that literally won Meldy the game. Ursh couldn't be touched after that. You couldn't touch him.
Well, he could, but
Lando.
The correct calls were made, so it kind of helped out. But man, the Sludge Bomb was really the key there.
I can't believe that protect. It's like, I guess it's the only thing that you can do on that turn is protect Lando, because if you lose Lando, you lose the game. So I don't know. that was pretty crazy. That was crazy.
So,
Eric, you need help adding your cam? We need your face here, bro.
Yeah, where's your face at, man?
Face,
Take
bro.
off that terrible
Chat's
wizard
mad.
jersey you're wearing. Take it
Yeah,
off,
bro. I was working. Thank you very much. Give me a second.
You were working.
I was offering my voice to the stream.
Offering, huh?
I gotta do like 10 million things at once.
There we go.
There he is. But you're...
It's all right. I muted him. He's good.
Okay, nice.
There we go. All right. So let's go a whole breakdown besides of course the match. Let's get a breakdown of the tournament. So this tournament has been going over all of Pokemon Week. There's been absolutely like infinite amount of tours.
Yeah,
and
like
so
3 a day or
cut,
something.
You get qualified. 3 a day is actually insane.
Yeah,
Oversaturation.
there's
of the
been a
community.
lot.
But everybody wants to play, so it's worked out, and we have over 100 participants that qualified. So Nino, give us a breakdown. So how many rounds are we going? How's the top cut breaking down? Give us all the details.
Shockingly enough, we were at 54 like 5 minutes before the tour started, and then we hit 91 a minute in. So we got 91 people, over 100 invites. I know people were worried, like, no, there was only 10 tournaments. There was at least 13 tournaments. So there was a possibility of over 100 people. So a lot of people showed up today. Some people couldn't make it. Some people had babies. Some people can't even play the 7 rounds tonight. But we're going to make it work. Every match is going to be heated. All of these players have made top 8, have shown they can dominate. And just like that match you guys commentated, wow, that was so fun to watch. That match was crazy. And you guys did such a great commentated. You guys are the GOATs. How did you guys learn these skills? Please, I need commentating coaching from Eric B and Slim Win, please, because...
The only thing that I'm sad that we missed out on, because Meldy turned off his cam, which understandable. I can't imagine the pop off.
Popping off.
Meldy came in the chat. Meldy came in the stream chat. He was LFG.
Let's go.
He was talking. He was talking in his chat for sure.
All right, we're ready for round 2, guys. I'm gonna set it up real quick. We'll give us about 5 minutes. I got our next cam. I think me and Hemi will take the lead on this. Maybe the goats can give us some little feedback and whatnot. We'll take the lead here. I got the cam ready, but I'll leave you guys to talk while I set it up.
All right,
Absolutely.
sounds
So,
good.
Good.
Yeah, where's your cam, Nino? Like,
I'm,
you just got us
I'm
three up
another
here.
like
Nino's
50
behind the
things.
scenes.
Like,
He got a
hold
lot
on.
going on, you know?
Nobody.
I'm just the
nobody wants to
voice.
see-
Hey, I'm gonna cut you off right there, boy.
Yeah, nobody wants to see Nino's face twice in one day. Let's be honest.
That's
That's
crazy.
I'm
crazy.
muting.
Eric B with the Nino slander.
Oh my gosh.
Hey,
And
everybody fights their own fight. So either way, I'm kind of looking. So okay, just
surprised Nino's not
let's
calling
talk
me
about-
dad.
Oh my
Wow.
God! Wow!
Chill. I told
Anyways,
him,
let's
no.
move on.
I
Let's
told
move on. Let's
Jimmy,
move on. Let's
tell
move on.
little B he can come
Let's
on
move on.
tonight. It's
No, I'm
Nino-
telling you, Eric B's Eric B's ego right now is through the roof, chat. It's through the roof. All right, we got to bring him down a little bit.
The disrespect is so unwarranted.
Man, hey man, that's my guy, man. Turn him up, bro. He's on it. He's on it. All right, so okay, wait. Since we didn't get to do it, so like kind of like official introduction. Because Nino, he always like last minute production. So let's get a whole caster thing of like, what do you guys think is going to be like one of the top used mons? I mean, for me, I think it's like I said, I've been calling this the best Pokemon since I found out what it was. I think it's Wellspring Ogerpon. Like it may not get percentage wise, I do think it's the best mon in the format.
We can take a look right here, actually, at the metagame, and Wellspring Ogerpon is in fact the #1 mon tonight.
It's not a Nino tournament if Dondozo doesn't win.
Flutterman,
Oh,
there's no
God.
Dozo. Wait, there's 5 Dozos.
Yeah.
Five
They're
Dozos,
4-1.
two Omega, the
They're
finals.
4-1 right now.
Actually,
All right.
insane.
There's
Actually
23
insane.
Landos, a lot of Dark Ursh.
Yeah, I think Dark Ursh is just kind of the one. Like,
Rapid Strike is actually over by 1. Like it's 1 more usage,
yeah.
so it's 26.
Now, how many of them are the Wolfie team? That's the interesting part. So
Let's
everybody
see.
kind of been taking that and just been kind of like using. They use that core and then they like do a little spin off. So like,
I don't see any giraffe.
Yeah.
There's an Eliki.
I see.
Quiv's using an Eliki. That's cool.
I haven't seen that mon in.
Marco's using
ages.
Giraffe and Walking Wake.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, Marco has been using Walking Wake. I don't know what he's using. I think he's using it with Sun, I believe.
Yeah, he has a
Which
Torkoal.
I still
and
don't know how
other-
good it actually is. The
other
verdict's out. I don't
standard
think it's
stuff.
good until the Titans get here, but he could prove me wrong. So you never know.
Yeah, giraffe might be dead.
Giraffe's still around. He's just
How many giraffes?
Giraffe
taking
is
a break
really
a little
good.
bit. Taking a little break. Oh, we got some.
I don't
team sheets
see.
coming in.
Wait, no, there's a few giraffe.
Interesting.
Wait, where's the
there's plenty of
giraffe?
Let me see
How
the
many?
matchup you guys get to
9.
here.
There's 9 giraffes. I don't
Yeah.
know. Giraffe is like.
Put 2.
I feel like it's only good when I go against it, type thing.
Yeah, when you can't E-speed, it's
When you can't E-speed.
best Pokemon.
Dude, I miss those days, man.
Yeah, I'm telling you, no matter how many team sheets we see, I think one of the most like consistent dynamic duos we're gonna see a lot is gonna be Lando I and Torn. Like it
Yeah.
just those two can auto
Yeah.
win in a lot against a
Honestly,
lot of teams.
Lando, there's been an uptick in Lando usage for sure.
It's just Lando's Lando. It does an absurd amount of damage, and with sheer force, you get the coverage you need. You can kind of you can threaten people with sub if they get too passive. Sandsearing Storm if you have rain. It just can do a lot. And Torn is just like one of the ultimate enablers. So he'll just sit there, just like, here's Tailwind, here's Rain Dance. I'll come back later. And it brightens up everything you want to do,
Yeah,
Like,
do
I
you
want to
guys
go
wait?
first and I want to hit hard, hit fast,
The Sneasler was Psychic Seed, right?
Correct.
So that
Yeah.
boosts your special defense.
Correct.
Yes,
And so
but
maybe the
its special
crit
defense is
mattered on
abysmal.
maybe the
special
crit
defense
mattered
is
on that clap or no?
Possible.
I'm
It-
thinking
it's a slim chance, but it is possible. It's just that I know that Spadef is absolutely abysmal, so that's why I'm just like,
True.
that's the only thing. That's why I'm like, I'm not sure it matters because we all know how strong Bolt is, like naturally. So
yeah.
it could matter, like maybe like small percentages, but I think just because of the chip with the spiky shield, I think that should be more than enough. Even with the psychic shield, because even with when you put the psychic seed, you're not investing anything into anything except your speed and attack, because you just want to hit hard, hit fast. So
Yeah.
it's not really going to help you as much. You just want the unburden proc.
Yeah.
So
I just
But
was
you never
thinking,
know.
I was like, man, maybe I don't know.
oh, absolutely, you could be absolutely right. And the percentage, like we got to math it out. But I just know, like usually unless you're running a different type of Sneasler where you want a little bit of bulk because you know you're gonna outspeed things once they're burden procs. Unless you're EV that way and trained that way, normally you're just 252, 252. You know.
Yeah. Wait. Yeah, I guess you just like are faster than everything.
Yeah, you can definitely afford to drop a bunch of speed with unburdened proc.
That's what I figured.
Probably.
But they're probably not special. I mean, they might be invested. Who knows? We should ask them.
Probably. Yeah, you can probably calc to live at least like.
Yeah.
Raging
I think
Bolt
it's something
collapse,
regular.
you
You
I
know.
feel like Torn can live a clap, like usually,
easily.
and
Yeah,
then
Urshifu
like Ursh
can.
lives claps, and
Yeah.
their special defense isn't good.
And
so-
shout out Melody, by the way. Shout out Melody, by the way. Because I know a couple times Nino was like, it's Melody. And I kept saying it wrong. I'm sorry. Okay. I just know,
Like
I know you play, you're a gamer and you play good music. So my apologies. Don't take anything to heart. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get better.
Yeah, that's okay, dude. That's okay.
Yeah, I want to make sure I get everybody's name right. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
I've heard of dudes. So
Well,
I'm
I
like, oh,
told
okay,
you.
cool.
I told you it's Melody.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's in the chat. Yeah. Dude, I wish you would have turned your cam on so we could seen the pop off, bro.
Yeah, that would
Ah,
have
I
been
wanted to
sick
see
if you
that
turned
so
it on
bad.
right when you hit that. That would have been
Because
insane.
even I was like, no way. And I was like, wow. That's actually insane. Badger's
Yeah.
gonna Melody.
You're like a
Deserved.
man, bro.
You earned that one.
Banned.
I'm not gonna get banned because I apologize before anything. So I'm just
Melody
alright,
gets
free.
banned happy though. Like
I mean, you should.
one time
It's
he
always a fun
banned
time.
one time he banned Chuck and I like simultaneously. Just I don't know.
That's another person. I've heard good things about Chuck.
All right, boys, we're in team preview. Hammy, you ready? You ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right, you
Take
got
it
team
away.
sheets up.
Do I
I might
leave?
show you
What
guys'
happens?
faces in
What do I do?
between rounds, so don't be doing anything crazy when I pop in the
You didn't
cams.
tell us who we
Who,
got.
us? Oh, okay.
I'm
Well,
gonna leave cams on until they start. So
Chat best snack. Right
Oh,
there.
he's leaving the gummy clusters fire.
This is not a paid promotion,
Should be.
but they're so good.
all right, we got HVAC Goon versus Vesusia. Okay, yeah, but the first team got the same kind of similar to what we saw on the opposing side. They had Lando Torn. HVAC Goons running Lando Torn, Flutter, Amoongus, Raging Bolt with a magnet. Holy crap! And with Ogerpon Fire, and then Fusia's got Ensign versus another Raging Bolt, Ogerpon Water, which we just talked on, and a Water Ogerpon. And they're ready for team preview, so let's see some action.
Where is HVAC Goon? Where's the pairing here? I don't see it.
I put the
Trying to
team
find-
sheets in the chat. Bring them in there.
They can still see.
Oh, you did?
by
Okay,
the way.
nice. Yeah, he did that on purpose.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'll do chases then. Yeah? Or is that HVAC Goon?
It looks like it's a dry Urshifu instead of a wet Urshifu. So we got the Torn Flutter versus the Torn Ursh, which I think we might see a double tailwind. A lot of times in this particular situation, sometimes you go for a Bleak Wind to kind of double up in the Ursh. So it's kind of a read here whether the Ursh protects or it just goes for a sucker. So I'm wondering if they just set both tailwind here or HVAC Goon just goes for the Bleak Wind to kind of just double KO the Urshifu. Let me see if it's Sash really quick.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like you could just Terra Fairy Dazzle and Bleakwind here if you're Chase.
Yep.
And then that, but you need the Bleakwind to hit. That's the thing.
Yep.
Like, do you risk it?
Yeah, it's
then if you-
banded. It is banded, so it is a one-hit
Yeah.
KO. So it's definitely trying to. I would think on HVAC's opponent, he's definitely trying to get tailwind. And he's definitely trying to hit with band here. So let's see what we got here.
Into the Flutter or the Torn? You think? Probably Flutter.
Yep. But
But
I
then he
mean, he's
double
got to
attack.
read this Terra, though. I mean, you know, there's Terras on the table. It's poison anyway, so he's not too scared of Flutter main damage here. So I think he probably he targets the Torn and gets rid of it, so we can't have any later tailwinds later
Yeah,
on.
go back to full screen first.
Thank
of all.
you.
And then Okay, he does just Tailwind here.
2 Tailwinds.
They match Tailwinds. Terra Poison, which I like.
Okay, good.
The
He
Banded
calls.
Wicked Blow is going to do a ton.
Oh!
Wow, they both call the...
HVAC
calls the
reads the
Terra.
Terra.
That's
Reads the Terra.
crazy.
Shadow balls right into that slot. Gets the 1-hit KO. That thing is spec. So that's a Shadow Ball specs damage. Terra won't boost any damage, but that's a good hit there. That is nasty. Both tailwinds are up, so we lost the power dealer. Now we just got a Torn here, and let's see what he brings in next in the back here. I think it's Raging Bolt, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, because he Terra because he figured that they're going to click Dazzle here.
Nah.
And then, yeah,
That's
like,
what I
you
love
don't
so
just
much
lose
about
Ursh for
open team
free.
sheets. It's just so awesome. We can see what the Terra possibilities are and if we go for that read or not. I was just talking to you about earlier. I'm faking out into every Flutter main all time if I have a fake
Terra
out
every time.
They Terra every time.
Yeah, because I think Sucker Punch just picks up on Flutter. So it's like you could Sucker the Flutter if it doesn't Terra.
If it doesn't
dies.
Terra, yep.
Yeah.
So we got Ogerpon. It unfortunately can't Terra anymore. It would have been nice against Tornadus and Flutter to get a +1. So we get the Shadow Ball off. Flutter is already faster than Torn, so that's probably a beefy Torn. That's why it's able to live. The Cudgel with the crit does kill. It does not kill without the crit.
Huge
so
damage.
boom.
Yeah.
Whoa! Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's a Torn. The Torn crit did not matter. Oh, the double crit anyway! Adding insult
I
to
think
injury.
it does matter. The crit does matter.
The crit
Like,
mattered on
Ogre usually
Ogerpon, but not on the Tornadus. That was
Yeah,
wild.
right.
Holy crap. Great lead. The Flutter and the Tornadus just owning here. I think
This
you got
is
to...
hyper offense.
Yeah, you got to lead
At its
Raging
finest.
Bolt. You have to lead Raging Bolt next game. It's just... dude,
Yeah.
we're sitting pretty
I
here.
mean, I don't know. Like, how do you adjust here? How do you adjust?
Yeah, I
Because
mean, that's
Raging
what I said.
Bolt doesn't want to eat. Doesn't want to eat dazzles.
So he'll be
doesn't wanna
definitely
eat-
forced to Terra. I mean, he Terra'd first, even with the Ursh. Anyway, it seems like in all situations he's gonna have to Terra, whatever's going on here, whatever mon he has on the field, he's gonna have to Terra.
I don't know if Bolt is even very good, like to bring for FSU.
Maybe even pressure with the fake out. Chase has focus session on Torn, but he is Terra Ghost, so faking out in a Terra Ghost slot is going to be really risky. But you want this Terra on this Flutter to get this boosted damage. So we're going to play it safe, probably calling a Thunderclap here. Torn can't really do too much damage, but we have Lando in, which I like to call the Raging Bolt Killer.
The Raging Bolt Killer. I like that. I like
But
it.
we go for a
Snarl
Snarl.
comes out.
Yep. I mean, it won't matter here. Thunderclap has no effect on Lando. Lando outspeeds the Raging Bolt. They both have Tailwind up still. So he can't Terra. The Earth Power just KOs here, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it should.
But well played by Chase. I've called him a Chase, but I like to call him HVAC Goon. But that was well done.
I mean, it came down to that turn one, really.
And they both Tailwind, so I wonder maybe he's gonna HVAC's opponent is gonna have to bring Torn again, because if HVAC Goon just leads Torn again, he just lays out Tailwind again and just outspeeds everything on his team. So it's gonna have to be a Torn plus another mon. I think Ensign's a good mon, but it's just tough with the Ghost Terror on the Tornadus.
Yeah. I can't believe the Shadow Ball like just KOs clean like that.
Oh, that
like,
was so clean.
I figured it would do a lot. I didn't think that it would just KO.
The Assault Vest Raging Bolt actually takes this pretty well.
Yep,
I
you can
thought
tank one.
Yeah, I must be playing against a bunch of non-AV bolts, but we're still in a good spot here. He has Dragon Pulse, so I mean, we just hit a Dragon Pulse. Yeah, dude, did you see that item on it? That was interesting. Cool. So you don't have to Terra Electric anymore. You just use the magnet to boost your electric attack.
Yeah, it was -1 too. Yeah, good point.
Yeah, I would use this time to kind of plan out your game too, because you're gonna need it. You're gonna really need a good game plan coming into this. Amoonguss isn't too bad either. His Terra is water, so I mean, there's a chance some Amoonguss will live a Bleak Wind and a Shadow Ball if he calls the Terra on the Amoonguss. So I like Amoonguss too. It just puts so much pressure. Amoonguss, the goated lead is Amoonguss Instant always, but
but also, like, Amoonguss doesn't really want to eat Earth Powers either from Lando.
Yeah, even though it's neutral, it still does a lot of damage. So HVAC Goon does end up taking the dub. I'm probably gonna show cams on here. Hopefully Eric doesn't do anything too crazy.
I'm thinking if you're FSU, you gotta bring some redirection into the mix as well. You basically lost Ogerpon for free. The crit was unfortunate, but I don't think it mattered. Like
yeah, no, the crit didn't matter on Torn at all, but I don't even think it mattered on Ogerpon either. I mean, he had a lot of stuff set up in the back. I think most of his stuff outspeed. He pressures with Thunderclap, so he has to follow me and just pin that slot. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
You're on the screen now. Look at you.
I threw me up here. I'm ready. I'm comfortable. We're on cams, baby.
Look at you, man.
Slim and Eric went to go chill for a little bit. I like to see it.
I'm gonna have to order a pizza or something from Domino's.
But what are you thinking? I'm thinking I'm gonna see a Torn and maybe an Ensign. I mean, we'd love to get a Flare Blitz on that. I mean, but
I don't know.
Like you've seen before, a Terra, Flutter, Fairy, Moonblast, and Ensign does a lot, but like you know, it needs the helping hand to one-hit KO.
He's goggles though. He's goggles too, so you don't get the citrus.
Yeah. Oh, that's
citrus
interesting.
Is on Amoonguss. And it's just weird. It gets weird with Amoonguss and Ogre because of Torn. It's like you have to Terra, and I don't know. It's like Ursh doesn't want to eat a Bleak Wind either.
Nope.
So it's weird. You kind of need Bolt, and I think you lead Bolt into Torn.
You like Bolt there too. Yeah, it's Spec, so you're gonna have to force a swap on the Choice Specs Flutter, which is nice, and you're gonna have to.
You could lead Ursh Bolt, and
I like that. I like that. I think Bolt definitely might come as a lead, but I think maybe there might be even a case where you don't bring Torn and you just let them outspeed and you just adapt from there and you just always be the second one to deal more damage.
If I'm Chase, I'm leading the same thing though. Like,
yeah,
I'm gonna make you stop me if I'm Chase.
I don't see any reason for Chase to have to change it up at all here. I think there's good pressure with the Tailwind and the Flutter damage. Just maybe some kind of safe swap for Flutter in the back. I mean, he's running
Ensign
Amoonguss
could be a good lead into Ensign could be decent into Flutter Torn too.
Yeah, Ensign Torn might be it. I mean, but like I said, if you're just gonna match Tailwinds anyway, it's just like just be the one that's slower and just do the more damage, get the right priority moves.
Because you can actually fake out the Torn on Chase's side, but he is
Ghost.
Yep. Yeah,
that's
most are steel.
That's the read you're gonna have to make. Yeah. All right, we got Qs. Let's go back into it.
That's what I would do, I think.
Let me shut off my face. All right, here we go. What are we seeing? Torn Ursh. We're seeing the same lead. He's gonna think he's gonna play it a little different this time. What do we do here?
The same.
Oh, that's crazy.
The same. You can detect Ursh here, and you can't detect Flutter.
Yes.
So you can scout.
No, you can't detect his Ursh. It's banded.
Oh, he's banded. Oh, yeah.
So he has to hit here, whether it be a sucker. I mean, we know the Torn is basically going to live a Wicked Blow with the Poison Terra. So you can live a Dazzling if you Poison Terra, but I don't think you live both hits. So let's see what happens. And you cause your Shadow Ball. You could not Terra and take a Shadow Ball hit. So a lot of stuff's on the table.
Mind game's going again here.
I think you change it up. You definitely play the mind game where, okay, you're going to Shadow Ball me, so I won't Terra. But then again, you're saying, oh, you won't do the same thing twice. So now...
Yeah, he clicked Dazzle here.
Here we go. Here we go.
All right, we're good.
Yeah, I thought we froze.
Terra coming out.
There's the Terra on the Flutter again. Same kind of, maybe, did you see what he selected? Tailwind? I think we just Tailwind. I think he dazzled.
Tailwind dazzled.
Yep.
Yeah. But
no Terra! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! We outspeed, don't we? We outspeed easy. Clean.
Oh yeah, easily outspeed.
Oh my gosh.
Ursh just goes down.
This kills with Terra. Wow, red again. Didn't need to Shadow Ball. Changed up the play. Well played by HVAC.
Wow.
We're in the same situation.
Another level tonight.
We're in the same situation, but this time Tornadus has more damage. So he's even further ahead than he was last game.
Yeah, I think at this point you get outsped by both Torn and Flutter again. It's just not looking good.
Oh man, now he's throwing up the Sunny Day to give the power to the Flutter even further.
Yeah, yeah. Flutter's probably. I wonder what photosynthesis Flutter is.
It's got to be specs. I mean, we'll see here in a second.
Well,
There is a
it's
chance
specs,
it could
so
be
it's
faster.
usually speed booster. I
Yeah,
think,
you're
when
right.
they're specs,
That's
so that
what-
they can be fast and powerful.
Yep, I like that because you
Yep.
use specs to kind of weigh out some of the damage you sacrifice to be fast. All right, we're
Right.
gonna see. Okay, I like this now. This adaptation. Now we have the chance to get the +1 special defense on Ogerpon, so we might live a little more. But setting the Sunny Day nullifies the Ivy Cudgel water move, so we're
Yep.
living either way you look at it.
Unless the crit. I mean, I'm not sure if crit KOs in the sun. We'll see. I mean,
I
hard
think
to say.
Ogerpon definitely takes this hit pretty well, and the crit's probably going to be close. Let's look at
I
what
think
happens.
this does over half still to Ogre.
It is a special attack boost, Timmy. He
Wow,
is
this
just,
is even more damage.
We're gonna do probably about maybe 50%, 60%. Let me see here.
This could even like KO
Yeah,
and the
50
whole
exactly. So
Yeah.
Hornleech
Okay, yeah.
calls the Sunny Day. Good read here. Get some health back.
Nice.
But now
Oh,
we're gonna
wow.
have a Bleakwood Flutter. We're having a Bleakwood Dazzling, which might be
Yeah.
enough here.
I think they live a Bleakwood Dazzle, but Torn needs like a double protect here or something
Yeah.
to get this Flutter off the field because it's just
Oh my gosh.
without priority. Flutter is like the most broken mon. If you don't have priority to deal with it, if they would have sucker punched turn 1, it would have Flutter would have been at least at
God.
like half HP. you know?
Yeah, he is banded, so it does do a little bit more damage on that Terra Flutter. So
Yeah, the banded sucker would still do half.
and this Flutter is just carrying. I mean, the damage input outputter is not the Torn, it's the Flutter. So yeah, let's put some damage on it so we can clean it up with maybe a Protosynthesis Raging Bolt that would come in and take advantage of the sun. So
yeah,
Torn's going
special
bye-bye.
attack booster. Then maybe the game changes up here a bit.
All right.
Because you take Flutter out of the equation, and then Torn. I mean, you still can't do a ton to Torn with Ogre, but you can Thunderclap it after you take care of Flutter. But they could just swap out Flutter. Chase could just swap Flutter, and then, well, Bolt will be kind of tough to deal with for Chase here. We'll have to see.
There's the Bolt. Same Mons, same Fort Mons. I like the way that Chase's opponent's thinking. He's gonna think, okay, I just made the wrong reads last game. Let's try this again. So
It does have Lando in the back, but
Oof.
I think that Ogre, depending on how it's trained, Ogre can outspeed the Lando.
Okay,
Once the Tailwind's done, so.
it's not looking too bad. What do we got on this Raging Bolt set? We know
One
it's
turn
Assault
of
Vest.
Tailwind.
We know it's Assault Vest already. Thunderclap, Thunderbolt, and Snarl and Dragon Pulse. Okay. I
Yep.
like the dual Thunderclap and Thunder.
Yeah, Protect swap to Lando is a good play here.
Pretty safe.
I mean, or you can let Flutter go down. I
But-
mean, yeah, I guess Flutter's useless like at this point because it's in Thunderclap range. So
I like what HVAC's doing here because last game he did the swap, so now he does it differently. So that
Oh,
way he probably Thunderbolts. Oh,
this,
okay.
This might Oko.
Oh my
It
gosh, it was
almost Oko's
close.
the AV.
Oh
but
my
wow.
gosh. Okay, not too much health back as last time because it's already drained. He didn't Thunderclap. Torn put up a Protect, so if this guy went for Thunderbolt, it's just going to go into the Torn Protect slot.
Have any chance of winning? You had to
It's Snarl.
Thunderclap up over there.
You had to. And he was pinning on a swap out what he did in game 1. Game 2, I like how HVAC's playing. He's saying, I'm not going to play exactly the same as I did game 1. I'm going to make a couple different reads so that way I'm not easily read in this game. Well played by HVAC.
Yeah, well played. Both games. I mean, he did the exact same thing as game 1. Make them stop you. If it works, make them stop you.
Right.
Like he didn't have any answers, and then like Ensign might have helped this matchup a bit. I mean, just to have
think so
fake out
too.
pressure and all that.
Yes, and you were kind of, I mean, even if you chose the Sunny Day, you can take advantage of that too. But I think we're going for a double onto the Raging Bolt. It's AV, so you're definitely going to know you're going to hit this slot. Tailwind comes back up. Let's see what we got going here. Dragon Pulse goes first. This Horn Leech or this Ivy Cudgel not going to do too much damage into
not
both
threatened.
slots. Raging Bolt loves an Ogre Pawn on the field. It does barely anything, so
Yep.
I think this is pretty much wrapped up here.
Yep. Thunderbolt would take care of Ogre. and Lando's in the back. I mean, it's GG's.
Dang. Well played.
Well played.
That's how we
Yep.
do it.
That's how we do it. Specs, Flutter, Dazzle, Tailwind.
Flutter's still it, man. It's not
But I
going
think the
anywhere for a
Shadow
long
Ball,
time.
the Shadow Ball read turn 1, game 1.
That was
Is
big.
what really shook up the whole set because, like, that's what started the mind game.
That set the tone big
Yeah.
time. I agree with you.
Started the
100%.
mind games because if they tear Poison there and chase Dazzles, yeah, it's gonna still do a lot. Probably does over half, but like it's not gonna KO. And then Ursh gets a banded Wicked Blow into either slot. So
All right,
that
that
was
one
big.
That was a clean 2-0. We got some time to chill here because Himmy might go commentator.
Yo, Green Tea Henny, thanks, dude. Should we play a caster match?
What? Where's Eric at? Tell him to get back on here. Do we have enough time for that? All right, let me check the rounds real quick. Here, let me show
I'm
what we're
down.
looking at here. For show, play that. Here, let me hide
Yo,
my fit.
Deke, what's up?
Let's
I
see
just launched OBS. Let me crop out my window here. Oh,
Gonna mess up the cam, bro.
yeah, my bad. No, I won't. Yeah, actually, you're right.
All right, let's
I
update
can't.
the standings. And let me find my next match.
Let's pick it live on stream here.
I like it. Let's do a community vote.
Let's do a community vote. Yeah.
vote, baby.
Who should we put? Who should we
Who
put
you guys
on
want to
next?
see? Everyone wants to see Marco. I already know. Everyone wants to see the dang goat.
Wait, is Sempra streaming his run or no?
He said he was playing tonight. So Marco's 2-0. Robson's 2-0. Chase is one of our 2-0s right now. Iceberg VGC 2-0. That's Luca. Oh man, La Magician. I'm not sure. Panama. I don't think that is who I think it is. I'm live, but lost my round 2, so I'm 1-1. Okay, right on.
Dang.
You bring it back. Bring it back.
Make it to top.
We got you.
We got Zach Lee. That's the guy that played Lorcy on stream one time.
Oh, someone asked me in
Edit.
chat earlier if it's X2 or top 8. We're doing X2 cut tonight, guys. We're going to stop at 7 rounds. Everyone's going to go to bed, rest up, and then we're going to play the top cut X2 tomorrow, same time. And
Lorcy, Lorcy, my goat. Listen, you know that meme of you
Lorcy!
making that face when you crit crit Moonblast or whatever? That Zach Lee is the guy that you crit Moonblast on.
Oh, wow. That was on
Yeah.
stream, right?
That was on stream. Yeah, that meme of Lorcy like looking back at all the homies. Like,
Oh, that's good.
yeah, that one.
Ah, he's even got an emote for it.
Lorcy looks. That one, bro.
Oh, my God. Now he's in the
Yeah.
chat. He's in the chat.
See, I knew it. I
That's
saw Zach's profile picture
That
on
was
Twitter. I'm
sweet.
like, wait, that's the Volcarona.
Oh, that's
That guy.
hilarious. Should have lost that set. Not gonna lie.
I was like, that's the Volk that was like +4 and got crit.
That's
Dang.
too good. Holy moly. Get back in here, Slam. Come and chat.
Oh,
Turn
I'm
that-
here. I'm just like,
Turn that
listening to
cam
y'all-
on.
Listening to y'all do whatever.
You guys are up next. Where's Eric at, man? Supporting his family.
Got me coughing up a lung on stream here.
We got some time, boys. We might. What do y'all
Yeah,
think of
let's do a
slow bit?
caster match.
Have I been summoned?
Yes.
Hey, Eric B.
We're
It's
all
good to hear that
done.
voice again.
Hold my Pikachu.
Stop. You're
It's chat time. It's just chatting while we set up the next round. Let me find. We're doing a community choice. I think we're gonna go just peep in Marcos and just not mess with them.
Zach, do you have a capture card or no? Because we could watch one of your games.
Ooh, okay. I like it. Fielding it out. We can see streams are live right now.
My balls and it hurt.
Yo, Nick. Thanks, boss. Appreciate you. Congratulations on the big bundle of joy, man. Sad you couldn't play today. You got to be taking care of mama and baby.
Yo, that was actually Shiny Umbreon gifting a sub to Nick. So
Oh, thank you for correcting me.
W Shiny Umbreon.
Thank you.
But Nick, we love you.
The epitome of VGC dad, him and Nino.
Dude, I love seeing him on stream when I forgot what regional that was. That was awesome.
Y'all are actually fun to watch in casting. Thanks.
Damn, does that mean other people like boring?
Slam!
What?
Slim, chill. Slim's
I
trying
didn't
to
say
stir the
anything.
pot.
It's the chat. I didn't say anything.
Slim for TPCI casting and Eric next, please make it
Man, I
happen.
got- I'm gonna have a
Listen,
shot
if
my
there's a
balls
totem
and
pole,
everything.
I'm definitely like at the bottom of it. Maybe one day.
Nah,
You think
get-
you're at the bottom?
Brother, no, brother, you've redeemed, bro.
Brother,
you
brother,
top cutting tournaments, you're redeemed.
No, he's on Pokemon's bad side right now.
The
Let's not.
enlightened
no
one.
idea.
The enlightened one.
We
I
just
have no
gonna
idea.
pretend.
The
we don't know
Beethoven
what
of
you're
our
talking about.
time. Yo,
Never
Horsey,
heard
thanks
it,
for the
like, you
gift
have
sub
no
to
idea.
Zach Lee.
Thank
W.
you guys.
My kid will be the ultimate Pokemon player. I don't doubt it.
I'm
Just gonna run
Life.
the circuit for years to come, training them.
I think I want my son to be.
No, the question I ask: who's been playing longer, Slim or Eric?
Yeah.
Eric was playing back in like 2011, 2014,
Dang.
where there was
No,
Top
there
Cut
was the
before it was
raffle. You played
recorded.
in the lottery system, Eric?
Eric was playing
Yeah.
on the
No, I
Game
wasn't-
Boy
I don't
SP.
I don't think I was playing it. I don't think the 2011 regional that I went to had a lottery because I remember just waiting in line and signing up and playing.
I think you think they just I think
I
that
just
year
waited
there
in
was
a long line. That's what I
that's
remember.
crazy.
Fun fact
Yeah.
though, way before all of us started playing, Eric faced Wolf for a top cut. Was winning
He
it.
did.
And there was he is
Did
Opie
he
older
goob
than
you
you?
or
Wolf
what
was,
happened?
No. Wolf was my first opponent in Top Cut at that region.
Yeah, they just
Oh,
didn't
Wolf
record it at that
Wolf
time.
is
so like,
my
that's why his
age,
name
That was
I
the
think.
round. That was the round right before they started streaming it on.
Damn.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yo,
Saw the-
Core.
Saw the man in his
What's up,
prime.
dude? Big Core in the building.
Oh, nah,
Horsey's
he's
been
back better
playing-
than ever now.
Horsey's been playing almost as long as I actually. No, I've been. Okay, I don't really. 2011.
Like,
Bro,
here's the thing about
is
like,
Eric
the
B,
term
like,
old
cutting
heads
in
when
and
it comes
out,
to
or-
VGC. I feel like
don't-
anybody who's like Gen 7 now are old heads compared to people who play Scarlet and Violet, which is weird. I'm like,
Yeah.
what is wrong? What is going
I
on?
don't
here?
really consider like 2011 times where I was playing.
2015, I'm new.
Actually insane.
Guy.
Yo, GG's Chase. Well played, man.
Yeah, dude, well played. You might maybe
I started
do some...
mid 2015. I'm new.
Who is that?
Somebody.
Damn, Lorcy's an old head too, man.
Horsey's new and shy.
I'm not a plushie guy, but I really want this Ogrepon Wellspring plushie.
Yeah, I saw those. I'm gonna
I
buy one of those for
really
sure.
want it.
My mic
Yep.
is shot.
Yeah, because every once in a while you were like cutting in and out.
Yeah, Eric, your mic is
I
tweaking.
don't think it's shot, but it's just like,
All right, what about now?
oh, you sound fine now.
Sound fine now.
All right,
Maybe-
perfect.
Yeah, he's fine. I was wondering if it was had something to do with connecting the video and adding his
This
mic
man
to
said,
that.
I'm shy. If y'all would have seen the hat this man was gonna wear today.
Bro, I'm,
Talking
Oh.
about I'm
I'm
shy.
shocked he's not wearing it.
I just-
I can't wear it on this stream.
Oh yeah, family
Shit.
friendly.
Oh
not
yeah,
weird.
come on,
It's not a matter
guys.
of, like, you just
Family
have to have
friendly.
common human decency, guys. It's not
Nino, show
hard.
the pic on
we need
stream.
to, we need to
Which one?
represent for all the
Where's
The
See
one
Pokemon
of my
out
new bucket hat that I
Oh
just
my,
got.
bro! Did you tweet it out? Where is it?
No, I didn't tweet it. I didn't tweet it. It's
there.
just
Yeah,
in our
it's
DMs.
crazy.
I wish I could find the little card thing that I got at that 2011. They like marked your win and losses on this like little like card thing. I still have it somewhere. I could find it to put on camera. Like a,
Your
one
mic
of
is
those
like cooked again, dude. I'm
Bro,
gonna be
is
I don't
honest.
think
Really?
it's cooked. I think it's like he has filters on it, maybe, and that's what's.
No,
like,
I don't have filters on it.
Are
for-
you using Discord
like
web
it's trying to
version?
catch you from peeking.
No, I'm using the. Why did
The-
it like suddenly start doing that?
Yeah, it wasn't doing it earlier. It just started when
Because you have it,
left
you
it
had
came
you
back.
shared your audio with the video thing too. You want to not share your audio with the video.
Ooh,
Wait, what? do you-
tech guru over here.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
I
but-
mean,
the
I should have
ninja
seen
thing?
Hemi yesterday, bro. Hemi was gaming on Mario Party.
I was having fun, dude. That was a lot of fun.
Started off rough, and then he really got into it because he was broke like half the time. But then he
Yeah, I
really got
was
into
I
the
was
bag.
dude, I was getting the worst luck. Like
There needs to
ever.
be more Mario Partying amongst like everybody.
That was fun though. I miss those games, man. Those community games are really fun. Shout out Austin for inviting me.
Bro, I still don't believe he waited the entire stream just to be like, I'm so good at this game, and literally did it in 4 seconds. And I was like, there's no way.
Dude, did
There's
you
no
see
way.
that?
Like,
He
yeah, it
was
insane.
world
I thought he
record
was
holder.
joking. I thought he was joking.
Dude, and then he popped off after.
I was like, nah, that's
So
different,
funny.
bro. That's so different. I was like,
All right.
hey, you got it, fam.
Is my mic still chopped, or are we good?
Sunday Mario Party? I'm down,
Doesn't
dude.
seem like it.
Lursy, I'm down, bro, if you're trying to play. That sounds
Oh,
fun.
wait, you know what? Hold on. I picked the
Slim
wrong
won't
Pokemon.
pull up, though. Slim won't pull up.
I know what I want to be, the Pokemon.
Oh my gosh, Marco Fierro is being the GOAT right now. He says he'll take off Cam and he'll take off Mike for this next match, and we're
No
gonna watch
way.
his
Ladies and
Twitch
gentlemen, I'm
stream.
going to introduce you.
This is
Marco
gonna-
is the GOAT, bro.
the only
He doesn't have to, of
Plush.
course.
plush of its kind. My boy.
Goldango! Is that homemade?
only
Where did
plush
you
of
get
his
that?
No way.
That's sick!
The only plush of his kind, bro.
Oh my
No
god.
way,
You know what I'm saying?
bro.
That's little Shay, you know what I'm saying? My man is a gamer, bro. He's a
I'm
gamer.
surprised
That's
Salty
sick.
hasn't asked to pop in yet.
Oh, he's just waiting to
Oh,
be
man.
asked, Salty. You don't know him.
Hi,
Love you,
Salty.
Salty. Thanks for stopping in, man. I saw you in
Okay.
at the first match. I was busy running everything.
Shout out the homie Salty, bro.
Love
Yeah.
that guy.
Hell yeah.
Mm.
Who is
We got
that?
7
Oh, wait.
matches left, so we got plenty of time. But I got our next casting match. We'll get Slim and Eric on the mic, and me and Himmy will chill. Let our
I
Yeah.
voices
thought you
relax.
said caster, man.
Chat,
I was
what
like, bro, I
kinda-
haven't played Pokemon in like, I don't even know where my Switch is, bro.
Bro,
What should I
yo.
get on my pizza, guys? Chat, first person to respond is what I'll get.
Somebody say sardines.
Sardine?
They don't have sardines at Domino's, bro.
You know those like
Anchovies.
candy, you know like the candy, like the circus peanuts. Can you get that on there?
Anchovies,
Yes.
Megan.
Let's go,
Barbecue
Megan.
chicken. What
Yes.
match y'all featuring? It's Marco's match.
We're gonna watch
Oh,
Marco's match
Megan,
next.
Megan won.
Glizzy
Megan won.
Core, what is wrong with you? All right.
Lizzie pizza.
Okay, so we're gonna
Pepperoni,
do
I bet.
anchovies and barbecue chicken pizza.
All right. Pineapple and cough drop. Happen.
Cough drop. What, you want some halls on your pizza, brother?
Man, remind me
You trying
tomorrow to
have a
pay
Ricola
rent.
pizza?
Remind me tomorrow to
Ricola
pay rent. I
pizza.
forgot.
Bro, you're not trying to. You didn't pay rent today.
Nah.
What?
Let him wait. Let him wait.
He's let him wait is crazy.
What was it that Cardi said? It's the first of the month.
Hey,
Bro.
listen,
All
Rent is due, buddy.
we all know how it is.
right, we're
That's
going
this is
chat.
why,
Hear
like,
me out.
A couple weeks ago, you know, people were just like engagement farming, trying to give those $12 checks from Twitter. So
Why not pay
Yeah.
now?
Helps a little
Huh? Because I'm
Ah?
ordering Domino's now. And so there's priorities here.
Yeah, I'm trying to
FBI
landlords,
open
I'd
up.
love to
They're
hear
about to
that.
come knocking at your door.
Pay next month, fresh start, that valid.
Put your rent on Afterpay.
All right, chat. Here's what we're gonna do.
Yo,
We're gonna get
paying for.
we're gonna do the 2 for 12.
Okay, 2 for 12. Okay,
We're
good
gonna get a
budgeting so far.
medium.
Mhm.
We're gonna get a medium barbecue sauce,
Meat and barbecue sauce. Wait a minute, what's happening here?
crunchy thin crust medium barbecue sauce instead of pizza sauce, jalapenos,
Okay.
and sausage.
I'm pumped, boys.
No,
Okay, that's not a bad order. You know,
Chicken
it was losing me for a
jalapeno.
little bit. Wait, chicken jalapeno?
what
What?
meat should I get on the barbecue?
Pause.
El Pizza, bro. Mormon Matt, chill, bro.
I mean, okay.
Don't food
here's
shame.
actually here's the thing we need to know.
I
What's
agree,
everybody's
man.
What's
Don't
everybody's
follow,
fast
though,
food
you're in.
order?
No more fast food, bro. You need to make yourself some red lentil, like orange, like
lentil. What's a
cake.
lentil?
Bro, you're throwing. You're throwing,
You know, I ain't
man.
gonna lie to
Don't
you.
show that. Ew,
Himmy looks like the
gross.
wrong person to ask if he knows how to cook. I'm not gonna lie.
Bro, Slim, do you cook, bro? I've
Yeah,
been seeing your tweets,
I do.
bro.
I cook, bro. Like,
I be
I
seeing
cook.
your stuff, bro. You can cook.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
I got an air fryer,
I think
though.
it's fun.
I got
Like,
it, bro. No one
it's so
brags
fun.
about having an air fryer.
I got the air fryer. No, here's what we do. I figured it out. We go bacon jalapeno. Bacon jalapeno.
No,
No, you can only pick 2 toppings.
need
No,
Anybody exposed,
jalapeno,
bro.
pineapple. Trust. Just trust.
Yeah, Nino acts like he cooks, bro. The man couldn't even cook a glizzy for real.
Nino's a dad. He cooks
You know
like
what I'm
cereals
saying?
and oatmeal and eggs. Okay?
What?
Nino literally
That's,
couldn't
you know.
cook a hot dog
I
in the
know how to
microwave.
fire up the grill and throw some glizzies on, bro. All right, chill.
We're gonna throw on the lawnmower 9000s and get on the grill.
Oh my
The
god,
lawnmower 5000.
I'm telling you, bro.
Why is webcam blurred?
bro.
I
We
like
told
it.
you how to fix it. You refuse.
Slim
No,
Nose are
why
real
did
good.
Michael
Yeah.
send me this
Zero's an
huge
actual chef.
explanation,
Thank
and
you.
I feel bad because I haven't even looked at it yet. I
Bro,
gotta go through it
He said
because
I
it's
read
too
all
much.
that, little
It's
bro.
too much
Just
stuff.
do it.
It's literally like 4 videos.
Bro,
I'm like, dang,
how
just to
long-
get a
wait.
clear webcam, like
Nino, what
that's
kind of
crazy.
camera do you have, Nino?
It's not the like I'm supposed to have one like this, but this one's just money. I bought a $20 one and it's better than this one. Like it looks good. I can
Oh,
get
it's a
better
C-
one.
That's a
Oh, damn, that's the one I
C920.
have right now. That's crazy.
I bought another one that was cheaper than this, and it like look, it looks like I get the same kind of output you do, right?
I want to know somebody who has the Elgato camera because I wanted to try it since they refuse to sponsor me.
I want
Elgato,
that
why? Why do you
teleprompter.
hate me, bro? Why?
Poker Bros will sponsor you, bro. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Okay, but I asked for a Poke Bros fundraiser for like the super tall lengthening surgery where they crush my bones and make me 6'5",
Bro,
and you said
that-
no. That's crazy.
Chad, do I get the
Wait, can I sponsor-
Parmesan
wait,
bread
wait.
bites or the stuffed cheesy bread?
Oh
Did
my,
Poker Bros sponsor me for that surgery?
bro,
You're
you're
6'6" already. You should be dunking basketballs. What are
Yeah,
you
you
doing?
should, if you can't dunk, bro, I can dunk. So if you can't dunk, that's
I'm trying to
sad.
hit 7. That's all I'm saying.
You can't
7.
dunk, can you?
Wait,
I
7,
don't
then
think you can
like,
dunk.
Okay, you're gonna like hop to dunk and your knees are gonna explode.
All right, pull up my Instagram. Show the
This is
dunks.
crazy.
Show the dunks.
Bro,
on
we
my Insta.
This man
seen
said
your
he gotta ball
freaking
his life.
dunks.
He gotta ball his
Bro,
life
this
real,
was like
bro.
10 years ago, Himmy. Let me see you dunk yesterday, all right?